Hi everyone, welcome to STEAM Fridays. I'm so excited that you're here and we're so happy at the library to be able to offer these STEAM Friday programs again. My name is Brandy. I started working at the library when we were all shut down for COVID, so I haven't been able to meet a lot of you, but I would be so happy if you would come into the library now that we're open and come and say hi. Tell me what you thought of this experiment that we're going to do today, and just come in and check out some books because that's what we're here for. Today on STEAM Fridays, we are going to try and bring back spring because right now there's snow outside. So we are going to be doing two rainbow experiments, a fizzing rainbow and a climbing rainbow. We're going to start with the climbing rainbow. So if you take out your paper bag and get that opened up, you have a direction sheet. And I hope you were able to find all of the extra supplies I asked you to provide. I hoped they would be things that most people would have around the house. Most things we can work around. So we'll get started and I'll let you know about different ways to do things as we go. So in your kit, you will have an eyedropper. I can reach my way down at the bottom here. An eyedropper. This is what I've called the eyedropper. And we are going to be using this in our fizzing rainbow experiment. So you can set this off to the side for just a minute because we don't need it right away. You will also have a piece of string or ribbon. And mine is a little pink piece of string. You might have pink. I think there were a few other colors. So that is going to be for our climbing rainbow experiment, which is what we'll do first. So keep that one close by. You will also have a little container of vinegar. I hope it hasn't leaked out, and a little container of baking soda. Those are for the fizzing rainbow, so we'll set them to the side. And finally, you should have a paper clip in your kit. Now, if you didn't get a paper clip, I brought a kit home for my daughter, and I don't think it had a paper clip in it. So if you didn't have one, it's not the end of the world. You can just use tape as well. So that is also for our climbing rainbow activity. So we'll set that with our ribbon. For the climbing rainbow activity, you will also need some markers. I tried to choose all the colors of the rainbow, as many as I had, and they need to be washable markers so that this will work properly. So whatever colors you want, of course we want it to look like a rainbow, but if you want your rainbow to have brown and black and pink and any other color in it, that is just fine. You will also need a sheet of paper towel for the climbing rainbow activity. And any paper towel will do. The more absorbent it is, so something like Bounty, the better, but any paper towel will do. And you only need one sheet for that. You will need some tape. I forgot a marker in there. A pencil, which I dropped on the floor. A dish with some water in it. You can have the dish empty and fill it with water later if you want, or you can fill it up right away so you have everything ready. You will also need some food coloring for our fizzing rainbow activity. Any colors will do for that. Again, if you want it to look like a rainbow, you can choose rainbow colors. For our climbing rainbow, you'll need a pair of scissors. Hopefully somebody can help you find some of those, and a measuring cup. All right. Also you will need a plate. All right, so to get started, we are going to draw a rainbow shape on our paper towel. So I have 2 sheets here, just in case I made a mistake. That happens, that's okay. We can draw a rainbow shape. So what shape is a rainbow? Is it a star? No. Is it a circle? No, it's an arch. So you need to start at the bottom, the very edge of your paper towel, make an arch up and over as big as you would like it to be, and reach it all the way down to the other edge of your paper towel. So this is what you will do with your pencil. This is your pencil's job today. So you don't have to have several different layers in the rainbow. Rainbows have different layers of colors. So usually when we're drawing them, we draw a section for red, a section for yellow. But this rainbow, we just need the general rainbow arch shape. So once you have that reached from one edge of the paper towel to the other, this is where you can use your scissors, and we're going to cut our paper towel rainbow out. So we'll cut along our pencil line, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be close to your pencil line. I know maybe some of you are just starting to practice your scissor skills, so it's a little tricky, but I would love for you kids to try this if you have safety scissors so that you can practice doing your cutting skills already, because you will need to be able to cut for the rest of your life. All right. This section of the paper towel, that is the outside of where our rainbow was, you can just throw away. You can use to clean up a mess somewhere else, or you can do another craft project with it. All right, and I forgot to draw the inside arch of the rainbow as well. So instead of this just looking like half of a circle, we will put the lower part of the arch in as well. So that will cut out this middle inside smaller half circle so that we actually have the rainbow section. All right, so one more little cutting section. And I'm going to make mine a little bit higher than I drew it. I want my bow to be nice and high. All right, and chopped right down to the edge of the paper towel. All right, this looks like a rainbow. So we are going to put the half circle, littler half circle out over with our extra paper towel as well, and we are left with our rainbow. All right, and then after we do that, we are going to color our rainbow colors onto just the bottom section of our rainbow. So we don't want to color right to the edge of the paper towel this time. We drew our rainbow right down to the edge of the paper towel, but we want to leave a little bit of empty space underneath our coloring towards the edge of our paper towel. So you want to leave about 1/2 inch of space. So I'm going to start with, let me point this down so you can see my coloring. I'm going to start with red because that is usually the color on the outside. So I'm not going to color right beside the bottom of the paper towel. I'm going to just color a little section here. And you want to get lots and lots of color on it. So make sure it's nice and dark. Then red, I'm going to do yellow next. So the same thing, don't color right to the edge, just do a small section of dark coloring on your paper towel. All right. And however many colors you want to put in is just fine. If you only wanted 3 thick sections of color, you could do just 3 colors. I'll fit in as many as I can find, as I can fit, I should say. And again, make them really, really dark. Make the paper towel really soaked with color. All right, so that is 1/2 of my rainbow. Now I'm going to go and do the same thing on the other side. So when you're coloring the other side, make sure you put the same color on the outside on the second side as well as the first. So I colored red first. So I'm going to color red first on the outside, not on this inside, so it looks the same, but on the outside of the paper towel. And my green will be my last color on the inside. So since I have green out, I'll color that one first. And again, don't color right down to the edge of the paper towel. We need that little bit of white paper towel space. All right, so I have green. I started from the inside. I'm going backwards this time. So I had green, then blue, orange, and my paper towel looks like it's getting nice and soaking with the colors. So that should work very well. And I have yellow, and my final color will be red. Now, after that, once you've colored the first side with all of your different colors, now we're going to flip the rainbow over to the back side and match the colors up again. So I'm going to color red on the back of red, yellow on the back of yellow, orange on the back of orange, on both sides of the rainbow. So we want lots and lots of marker color. So we'll really get that soaked in. All right, I'm done both sides of my red. I can put that away. What do I need next? I need my yellow. Okay, soak in that yellow on both sides. Now I need orange. And blue. And finally, green. All right. There, my paper towel is very soaky wet with colors. So it looks great. If it went through on your table a little bit, that's okay. That means you've really soaked it well with marker, and we can wipe that off because these are washable markers. So that is no problem at all. All right, once you have colored both sides, this is where our paper clip comes in. So if you don't have a paper clip in your kit, that's just fine. You can use a piece of tape for this because we are going to connect our string to our rainbow using the paper clip. It might actually even be easier with some tape. So if you would rather do that, even if you have your paper clip in your kit, that's okay. So using either the paper clip or the tape, your tape that you have, connect your string to your rainbow so that it can hang down. Now we are going to tape our rainbow to the wall. So I'm going to have to reorganize here a little bit and move my chair. So I have my dish of water already full. So I'm going to set it on the chair right next to the wall. So my rainbow will hang right into it. Now you want the section of your rainbow, just the white parts to go into the rainbow, into the water, I'm sorry. So you'll want to tape your, here's my tape. You'll want to tape your rainbow to the wall just above where the water is. So it just hangs in, and then we'll see what happens. My dish is a little bit smaller, so if you have a bigger dish, that would probably be good. So I will just do 1/2 of my rainbow to start with. Oops, I've taped it a little bit high. I'll bend this half of the rainbow around. There we go. And maybe you can see it's starting to climb up. My paper clip would cooperate. There we go. It's starting to climb up the wall, up the rainbow to add colors, because remember that I only colored a short strip of my paper towel, but already you can see the colors are going up higher. So this can take up to half an hour to fully climb up the paper towel. So we can watch it for a little bit. Maybe on your own paper towel, you can actually see the colors going up above the section that you colored. You can see them moving as they go higher and higher. And that is because there are little tubes inside the paper towel that help it soak up any messes that are made or anything we need to clean up. That's why paper towels soak things up so well. And this is similar to how a tree brings nutrients, its food and its water, up from the ground, the dirt, into its roots and all the way up its trunk into its leaves. Because a tree has similar tubes inside of it that suck all of those things up, and it can rise up just like our color did on our rainbow. It started out, we can pretend that the colors are the nutrients, and you can see that they're rising up the paper towel. So that is how a tree works to get its nutrients. That's why trees don't need mouths to eat. They suck up water and food through their roots. So that's why it's very important to keep a tree in good soil with lots of water and lots of nutrients so that it can get everything it needs to survive. All right, and if you look at your water, you might notice that some of the marker is coming out of the paper towel back into the water as well and making kind of a rainbow soup underneath the rainbow as well. All right, we're going to let that experiment sit for a few minutes while we work on our fizzing rainbow next. So for our fizzing rainbow, you will need reorganized here. For our Fizzing Rainbow, you will need your baking soda and vinegar. Sorry, this is the vinegar. This is the baking soda, is the white powdery stuff. We don't want to open those yet, so we'll just leave them. And we'll also need the plate, whether you have a paper plate or a glass plate, anything is okay, as long as you have something that you can spread your baking soda out on. Sorry, I just want to get to a good height here. All right. You will also use your food coloring and your eyedropper, as well as your measuring cup. All right, so the first thing we are going to do is to take our baking soda and carefully open it up so it doesn't get spilled. And if you want to set it on top of your plate so that you can open it, and if it tips a little bit, we want the baking soda on the plate so there won't be any mess. So you can take the lid off and just pour your baking soda in a pile on your plate. Oof, poofy. And we'll be spreading it out a little bit more afterwards. So if you want to do that with your fingers, you can do that, or you can grab a spoon and do it. So we'll spread it out. We don't want it to be too thin, but we want it to be a large enough space that we can drop food coloring into a rainbow shape over our baking soda. All right, so once you have that spread out, this is what mine looks like. So most of this dessert-sized plate is covered in the center with baking soda. Then you can take your food coloring and decide which colors you would like to add for your rainbow. So I have red, blue, yellow, and green. So those are what we call primary colors, and we can create other colors using those primary colors. So if you wanted to combine red and blue, you could have purple in your rainbow. If you wanted to combine green and yellow, what color could you make with that? Orange? Yes, you could make orange in your rainbow. Or you can try other color combinations to see what colors you would like to make. All right, I'm going to start with red. So what you will do is just drip your food coloring in the shape of a rainbow. So in our arch again, and just do a few drips around. It doesn't have to be a steady stream of food coloring, just dots to make an arch that can connect together. So my dots have run together a little bit. They didn't lie. I didn't have completely smooth baking soda. So that's okay. That's just fine like that. It looks like a rainbow arch on the top. So I'm going to do that again with another color. And I'm going to do a green arch, and you'll notice, or you might notice, that you have to use fewer drops as you do the inner arches of your rainbow, because you are filling a smaller area. So you don't need quite as many drops. All right, so I've done my blue arch of my rainbow. Then I will use yellow. My yellow is running into my blue and it is making a surprise color. What color is it making? I'll show you. See where my blue and yellow combined together? It made green. So that's another color. If you didn't have green food coloring, you could use blue and yellow to make green. All right, I'm going to do one more small arch. Oh, and my green and yellow are mixing together to make a darker green, or a comparable green. It's pretty close to the same. All right, so there is my rainbow. It doesn't have to look like a perfectly shaped rainbow, just in the general arch shape. Then you can, this is where the fun comes in. You get to use your eyedropper to soak up some of the vinegar. Now you can choose to put it in the measuring cup if you would like, or you can just use it in our little container that we have here. So if you don't want to dirty a measuring cup, or if you don't have a measuring cup, that's fine. You can just dip it right out of the little container that we've given it to you in. So to make these eyedroppers work, what you do is squeeze the little bulb at the end. And that, when you put it in the vinegar and let go of it, it will cause vinegar to soak up into your little eyedropper. So you can see some of it moving around in the very back of the bulb, and I filled up the whole tube section of my eyedropper. So once you have that full, get ready for our surprise. You can drip some vinegar on your baking soda rainbow. And let's look up close and personal at how this works. We'll drip some on the red and the blue and the yellow, and do a line across, and it makes our rainbow start to fizz. So you can experiment and see, does it fizz more when I do one little drop, or does it fizz more when I squeeze a lot of vinegar on it? And you can refill your eyedropper with vinegar as many times as you would like until you run out of vinegar. And if you have more at home, you can try this even some more until all of your baking soda is used up. And see, even after the baking soda and vinegar combine together to make the fizzing action, there is still the beautiful color of our rainbow left. So you can help that to spread out, and the red has moved out even closer to the edge of my baking soda than when I put the food coloring there. So just like in our climbing rainbow experiment, this vinegar is making the color move on our baking soda. So we can have a beautiful rainbow colored plate here. All right, there we go, filled right to the end. Speaking of our climbing rainbow, let's go and look at that and see how it looks. So I don't know about yours, but mine has climbed even more. So it is slowly creeping the colors up right to the top of the rainbow. And you can see each color is following the line that it is on. So if I had put green on the inside here and red on the inside here, I would have had a rainbow with half green and half red where they met in the middle. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do that, that would be just fine. You'd be welcome to try this experiment again if you want to see what that looks like. That could be lots of fun. All right. Thank you for watching STEAM Fridays today. I hope you had fun with our climbing and fizzing rainbows, and we would love to see pictures of how your activities went. So if you would like to post those on our Facebook page, or if you wanted to come in and tell us about it at the library, we would be happy to see it. I can't wait to see you another time on STEAM Fridays, and keep experimenting. Bye.